and then they put a few acoustic guitar layers over to get. People don't know.
Clawfinger.
A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, they put that acoustic guitar over to get that chunky sound. Yeah. But that's I don't know. And
you want to know what I think the greatest guitar tone ever recorded is? I've probably told you this before.
Yeah, you did.
H-blocks.
Oh, H-blocks. I thought it was like a Rock from the Crypt.
No, that's a beautiful tone. It's just simple.
Yeah.
But that H-blocks, that cover, I've Got the Power, that they do. Whatever fucking rig that guitar's recorded on.
That sounds like there's two amps working overtime.
Holy fucking shit. It's a fucking one. You know who has a fucking amazing guitar tone? Limp Bizkit.
Of course they do.
It's outrageous.
Wes Borland is an amazing guitarist and his tone is disgusting.
It's
gorgeous.
Fucking,
like gorgeously disgusting.
Yeah, like wasted almost.
Yeah. Oh no, all their music is wasted on his voice, but I still love Limp Bizkit. It's stupid. Because then if you put someone serious into Limp Bizkit, you're still gonna be new metal.
Yeah. You might
as well go fucking exactly.
Go with it, yeah. But anyway, let's go back to Fields and leave H-blocks and Limp Bizkit alone for a while.
So around the time Elysium was released, Carl McCoy, the singer, was in a movie called Hardware. Do you remember that horror movie Hardware from 1990 with Iggy Pop and Lemmy in it?
Yeah.
And it was directed by Richard Stanley, who asked him to be in it because he'd done videos for Fields and Nephilim. Then I went, holy shit, I used to love that film as a kid. And I raced to hear the soundtrack. I went to check it out. No Fields and Nephilim on it. No anyone bar the score and two songs. One of them is Pill Order Death, which is the only Pill song I really love.
Yeah, I'm not in the Pill.
No, but that Order Death song is a very 80s. That's quite gothy. And the other one is Ministry Stigmata. I was kind of disappointed. I thought I was going to get like Iggy Pop and stuff on it. Like, they're just in the film.
Yeah.
He left a year after that to form Nephilim, spelled differently. So that's clearly... I can't get any information as to why they broke up. They don't do many interviews. Yeah. The man doesn't. He keeps his cards close to his chest with his gambler hat.
Yes.
He released an album called Zune in 1997 under Nephilim, which sounds way more metally, like Ministry or something like that. I'm not mad about this album. Initially, when you listen to it, you're like, oh, this is cool. But it kind of flatters to deceive, because the more you listen to it, you're like...
missing something.
No, it's not. They got back together anyway. The thing I find about Fields and Nephilim is they have a mental amount of compilations, B-side albums, live albums, that it's actually hard to get through. But it's kind of a good in the sense that the reason I found them was Revelations, which is the kind of greatest hits or the best of. That's when I found them. I think that was released in like 93 or something like that. And I would have heard them around 97, I'd say. Being perfectly honest with you, I didn't know them up until around then. And I heard Moonchild. Moonchild is the big song that a lot of people would know. I didn't want to put it on it because I do like this Volcane song. It's a good introduction to their early enough sound as well. Fields and Nephilim. I'm even wearing a Fields and Nephilim hoodie right now.
Yeah.
I do love this fucking hoodie. Okay, I was going to say I came dressed for it, but I'm always dressed in this.
Yes, true.
It's just my favourite hoodie because it's printed in this raised black.
Yeah, black on black.
Black on black, but it's raised. Oh, I love it. I could listen to the Fields and Nephilim absolutely all day. I know a lot of people who are mad into goth music and don't like them because they can't stand his voice. I love that. It's if you're into black...
Got a fire in your heart!
No, he's like... It could be black metal. Yeah. It's not, though. It's not. Fields and Nephilim, absolutely love the band. Gives an album to listen to. I'd go in with The Nephilim, the album, Nephilim from 88, is it? Yeah. Go in with that, have a listen to them, see what you think, and then move on to Elysium, which is much more produced beautifully, and his voice is calmed down a bit. I wanted to say to him, calm that voice down a bit, or else it just suits. It suits the music for him to calm down a little bit. Yeah. So that's the Fields and Nephilim. Or just Fields and Nephilim. There's no there.
Yeah.
There's no there. I love them. Who's your next one?
Possibly the daddy of them all, maybe. Christian Death. The song is Romeo's Distress.
I've never been mad into them, but when I hear them, I'm going...
It's interesting. You know, like, the story of them is probably more interesting than... I don't know. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. They formed in 1979 in Orange County in California. Now... Again, when I think about the goth movement, I think about Britain more than anything else. To me, it's a British thing.
Absolutely, because there's bands from America still singing in the style. And to be perfectly honest with you, when I was trying to write music for my kind of 80s thing, it felt weird to sing in any other accent.
Yeah.
It just comes out with that Londony vampire. It's fucking vampire. It's vampiric.
Yeah.
It's gothic.
Yeah.
It's going to sound. So, yeah.
I agree.
That's why, yeah.
So, 1979, they went through massive lineup changes. There's absolute murder in the Christian death camp. Essentially, there was two Christian deaths for a while, right? And it kind of divided their fans an awful lot.
Right.
Where the kind of, not necessarily false Christian death, but the second version of them were doing a little bit more touring. And that was pretty much your only option to get to go and see them, right? The band themselves considered themselves to be relentlessly confrontational stand against organised religion.
Yeah,
that's the way they placed themselves. I like that about them. So it was formed by a guy called Roz Williams. It's his band, right? It was just him messing around at the start. Eventually, he was joined by a guy called Rick Agnew, who was the original bass player for the Adolescents, the punk band.
Yeah, they have a punk link, all right?
Yeah,
don't they?
well, most certainly. So he's the original bass player for the Adolescents. A guy called James McGarty joined on drums, and that's the kind of best known lineup, really. That's from the debut album. It's called Only Theatre of Pain. Is the name of the album.
Yeah.
So the lineup kind of disintegrates after this album comes out, and they bring in another guy. Bring in a guy called Valor Cant, his name is, and he joins on kind of backing vocals and guitar. After the third album, Roz leaves. The guy who started the band, he leaves, and Valor takes over on main vocals. So by now, there's no original members left of the band.
Right.
We're in the kind of a Sepultura-esque type of situation.
Yeah.
So Christian Death are doing the rounds without any members of actually Christian Death in them, to a degree. Right?
Yeah.
Not really. So
the guy who started it is kind of a deal.
It's
a
his.
Big deal,
yeah. So the way it kind of works out was like 1979 to 1985 is Roz. And from 1985 to kind of now is Valor Cant, right? Now, in the late 80s, Roz decided to get his shit together and he started another version of Christian Death, and they just called it the original Christian Death.
See, this is a few times these bands are doing this now.
Yes.
Well, that's not so much spiteful. That's like he started it and he doesn't want to go through the hassle of taking the name back, so he just starts that. But it's called it the original.
I have a personal Christian Death story I will share. We had them booked in here about 2 years ago.
Right.
And it came via somebody else. The booking came through somebody else. We had it booked. We hadn't started to advertise it properly yet. But whatever version of the band that we had booked, they put it up on their Facebook page or whatever it was. And we got an email from a lawyer in the States saying that he represented fucking, he represented the estate of Roz Williams. Now, Roz Williams killed himself in 1998.
Well,
right? So we got an email from a solicitor saying he represented his wife at the time. Now, Roz Williams was gay, but he was married. He considered himself to have like a partnership with his wife as opposed to like a sexual relationship. Right? Yeah. Because he was raised Baptist, raised Southern Baptist.
Which is why he's starting this band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And eventually became a Satanist. But towards the end of his life, he kind of turned back to God again. So I think his wife, happens to a lot of people. I think his wife had, his wife at the time took over the estate, and she was like very, very opposed to Valor Cant going on with the Christian Death fucking name. So he had this original Christian Death, or I think they called it Christian Death, featuring Roz Williams for a while as well.
Right.
And they were doing a few bits and pieces. The whole thing is fucking... This song is mad weird, right? Musically, it has that Joy Division feel to it that we're used to now. But when you listen, this song in particular sounds like a lot of the bands that are popular now. This sounds like Fontaines,
that sound is...
Murder Capital, even Idols to a degree. There's bits of that in there. Like, the stuff that's popular now sounds like this early Christian Death stuff to me, the way it's put together. There's a mad weird use of bells in it, like church bells in it, that are kind of hidden, and you only hear them at the end of the ring instead of the start of the ring, like they swapped the phase on it or something. It's fucking real weird. But he hated the term Goth. Roz hated the term Goth, and they would be considered to be one of the originators of the death rock kind of label.
I don't know what it is about Christian Death. Maybe I just listened to the wrong stuff
quite
early
possibly
on, and then I just kind of checked
this.
out.
This song is fucking fantastic. This is really, really good. I have to say, this is very, very good. This just sounds like it's very Curie. You can hear where a lot of their stuff came from out of this. Like, that feel is there. Also, the fact that he was, like, fucking bipolar and manic depressant. Like, he was homosexual. He was fucking raised a Baptist, became a Satanist. He's a melting pot of fucked up, this lad, right? Full on melting pot of fucked up. And apparently what happened was, they were watching television one night, him and his wife watching TV in their apartment in West Hollywood or whatever. And they were watching some movie, some kind of art movie. And in the movie, somebody hangs themselves. In the movie, and they do it in a weird way. I can't remember off the top of my head, but something weird happens in regards to them hanging themselves.
It wasn't Stranglewank.
It wasn't a Stranglewank. He didn't Stranglewank himself. He didn't grasshopper himself. But when the movie's over,
he didn't rabbit hole himself.
No, none of that. No, apparently what he done was he went into the bedroom and just never came out. And the wife went looking for him and found him hanging in a cabinet.
Jesus.
But he'd left, like, there was no note, I don't think so. I think there might have been a piece of paper with a word written on it, and there was a rose on the ground. He'd made a little altar before he killed himself. But what's mad is that the cabinet that he hung himself in is on display in the LA Museum of Death. You can go and see the cabinet that Ros Williams hung himself out of, yeah. But yeah, he's bipolar, raised a Baptist, became a Satanist, went back to God. Like, the whole story is just an absolute clusterfuck. Like, it sounds like he was all over the place.
It sounds like a lot of judgment coming from a lot of fucking angles. Yeah. And then to go back to that, which means he was struggling with whatever ideas initially he came up with the band. He was like, obviously guilt.
Then he lost it.
Yeah.
He leaves fucking Valar Cant, who continues it on. I think he thought that Valar was just they just knocked this band in the head. Like, it's my band, like.
Could have been trying to call or do a bit of a bluff when it was called.
I don't know, but like, he could have got rid of everybody. There was that many people. If you look at the list of people that were in Christian Death, like, it's outrageous. Like,
yeah.
It's outrageous. It looks like the list of producers on a modern hip hop album. Yeah. It's just like 40, 50 people. Like, it's fucking bananas. Yeah. But I think this is my favourite song that I've put on here.
I'll give them another go. There's a few songs I've known from being played in here, even stuff like that, where I'm like,
That might have been the Valar Cant. I keep saying Collar Van, like Collar Gas.
The Collar Van man is here, mammy.
Exactly.
I want
a bottle of
freezing.
That could have been the Valar Cant, but their output was pretty fucking significant. Now, when he got the band back together again, when Roz put the band back together again, he fucking killed the entire world with albums. Just fucking bang, 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 bang.
He had all that songs.
I would say I'm going to put my hand in the air and I'm going to say, I don't know them. And I'm going to say, I'm not going to say dollars to donuts. I'm going to put my hand in the air and I'm going to say, I don't know them, but I'm willing to bet that 99% of them are shy, bar that first album. So I'm going to call it, because when you're that mad, you have to get the fucking madness out of you early, on the tape. That's when it's good.
Yeah, not the bad madness.
When you're 40 and mad, you can't make good music anymore.
Yeah, unless you're Killing Joke.
Yeah, but even then, there's only one mad cunt writing them songs. So, anyway, that's Christian Death. Who's your next one?
My last one is This Burning Effigy. The song is
listen to this. This is mad. I don't know what's going on in this song.
No?
It's just weird.
You see, this band was almost not going to make it. I had to take out... The band I had at the last one was the Lorries. Red Lorry, Yellow Lorry. But there's so little information on them as well. I was like, as much as I love that song, it's maybe that and one other song I like by them.
Is this the mad ballady one? Or did you change it out? There's one that's just somebody that's just mad singy. Or when did you swap this song out? Because I might not have heard it. Was it yesterday? Was it today?
Could be today.
Okay, then I have not heard the song.
No, the other one, Red Lorry, Yellow Lorry, talk about the weather I had on it initially. That's like a like almost industrially start.
No, whatever
but
I heard
done with instruments.
I think it even sounds like a woman.
That's it. That's
this one?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So, This Burning Effigy are an Irish band from Dublin.
Okay.
Formed in Dublin by Stephen Carey and Jerry Egan, and Michael Cowley and Brian Fallon on the drums. The rest of them all play the other instruments as well. Didn't bother listening to them at the time.
Yeah. There's a guitar in there.
Yeah.
Probably a bass.
The reason I picked this is because it was a little bit more meat in it, and I do like this band a lot. And I don't think I'll ever be able to get them onto another podcast, really, unless we do Irish Bands Volume 2, but that's ages away.
Which we will.
We will do, of course, yeah, but it's ages away. So they recorded To Be Steel Gods, which I really like this album, and it was the only time that the whole lot of them were ever on it.
Right.
Because in 1995 it was recorded in Sonic Studios. Where's that?
Sonic Studios?
Yeah, see, that could be somewhere different in the 90s. Could be somewhere different now, I mean. Sonic Studios. With Tanya Doyle on the guest vocals, which you would have been hearing for a lot of the song at the start of the song. The whole start of it is... This is